Welcome back to this special broadcast of INS. I am Deepak Sharma, Executive Editor, and I am joined by Editor-in-Chief Sandeep Bamzai. संदीप साहब, आज पूरे दिन भर जो बजट चला है 2019, तो वन मेजर पॉइंट जिस पे फोकस था $5 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी, और इसी का एक पूरा खाका जो है वो ये बजट लगता है. आपको क्या लगता है कि जो 100 लाख करोड़ के इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की बात हो रही है, 50 लाख करोड़ रेलवे की बात हो रही है और बिग टाइम ग्लोबल इन्वेस्टमेंट की बात हो रही है, डू यू थिंक दैट जो चीज़ें हैं वो सही डायरेक्शन में मूव कर रही हैं जहाँ मोदी ले जाना चाह रहे हैं?
देखिए, आज जो निर्मला सीतारमण जी ने बजट पेश किया है उसमें एक चीज जो ठीक मुझे लगी वो ये थी कि ज्यादा उन्होंने नंबरों के ऊपर कंसंट्रेट नहीं किया. उनने एक उनका जो नैरेटिव था, जो स्ट्रीम ऑफ कॉन्शियसनेस थी, उसके ऊपर फोकस किया. और वो जो नैरेटिव था या जो स्ट्रीम ऑफ कॉन्शियसनेस थी वो यही थी कि भारत को और उज्जवल कैसे बनाया जाए. उसमें हम सब जानते हैं that we are a capital deficit nation, we are an infrastructure deficit nation, we are a power deficit nation. अब where do you get the resources, the additional resources over tax collections etc. to pump prime this economy? अब again हम लोग आपस में भी डिस्कस करते हैं, लिखते हैं, उसके बारे में बोलते हैं कि जो एक कंजम्पशन का 10 साल का ग्लट था वो प्लेटो हो गया और अब उसकी ट्रैजेक्टरी साउथवर्ड्स है. और दूसरी तरफ जो सबसे बड़ा और एक बहुत ही डेस्पेयरिंग थॉट है वो है कि भारत जो एक नेशन ऑफ सेवर्स है चीन की तरह, वी बिलीव इन थ्रिफ्ट, वो जो है वो खत्म हो गया है. और जहां 36% सेविंग्स रेट होता था भारत में, वो अब 21% पे आके गिर गया. मतलब आप सोचिए 15 परसेंटेज पॉइंट. तो इस माहौल में आप कहां से पैसे लाएंगे और रिसोर्सेज लाएंगे जिससे आप ये अपने जितने आप प्रोजेक्ट बनाना चाहते हैं, हाउ विल यू पंप प्राइम ऑल दिस? अब आपने बोला कि 100,000 लाख, 50,000 लाख, XYZ. देखिए, जो सबसे बड़ी उपलब्धि मुझे इस बजट में दिखी है वो ये है कि कुछ आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स थिंकिंग करी गई है फाइनली. अनफॉर्चुनेटली पिछले 5 साल में व्हाट आई थॉट विद वेरियस बजट्स वाज दैट वी वर मेयरली टिंकरिंग and there was an element of gradualism and an element of incrementalism, and beyond that we were not willing to do anything.
There was no design.
So how do you take the economy forward, and what is your plan, blueprint, template for the next 5 years? How do you get there?
One thing, there's a lot of talk about sovereign bonds.
Exactly, मैं उसी के बारे में बात करना चाहता था कि finally we seem to have bitten the bullet on something which is out of the box. अब ये पहली बार है भारत की आजाद भारत में जब हमने ऐसी चीज के बारे में सोचा है. 2013 में भी जब रूपी लड़खड़ा रहा था तब आई थिंक सुब्बाराव जी गवर्नर थे, तब भी ये बात उठी थी कि लेट अस फ्लोट सॉवरेन बॉन्ड्स इन डॉलर्स एंड लेट अस टैप ओवरसीज मार्केट्स. बट उस वक्त यही बात थी कि भारत की जो अर्थव्यवस्था थी वो उस वक्त लड़खड़ा रही थी, रुपया जो था वो बिल्कुल लंगड़ा हो गया था एट वन लेवल. तो
मेजॉरिटी स्ट्रॉन्ग गवर्नमेंट नहीं थी
और सरकार बिल्कुल अपनी जो 9वें साल में थी और बिल्कुल लेम डक टाइप ऑफ गवर्नमेंट थी. इट वाज हॉबल्ड बाय करप्शन एंड वेरियस अदर स्कैम्स. तो दिस टाइम राउंड जो मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है जो इस बार हुई है कि बेसिक स्टेबिलिटी है. इकोनॉमिक मैट्रिक्स जो है वो थोड़े ठीक नहीं है, बट देयर इज बेसिक स्टेबिलिटी विद द रूपी. अब उसमें जब 2013 में ये प्लान किया था और सुब्बाराव जी ने इसको रिजेक्ट किया था, तब भी हमने फॉरेन करेंसी नॉन रेजिडेंट डिपॉजिट्स उठाए थे विदेश से, और वो $34 बिलियन तक उठाए थे. इसका यही मतलब हुआ कि बाहर इंडिया के प्रति देयर इज एन एपेटाइट. तो अगर अब हम एक सॉवरेन डॉलर डिनोमिनेटेड बॉन्ड फ्लोट करते हैं ओवरसीज मार्केट्स में, यूरोप में, जापान में, अमेरिका में, बट विच आर डॉलर डिनोमिनेटेड एंड नॉट येन और यूरो डिनोमिनेटेड, मेरा अंदाजा है कि अगर आप $10 बिलियन का भी फ्लोट करें या उसके ज्यादा भी करें, वो पैसे आ जाने चाहिए. वो पैसे मिला के जो आरबीआई का डिविडेंड है जो इस बार 90,000 करोड़ दिखाया गया है, पिछली बार 68,000 करोड़ था, उसके साथ जो पब्लिक सेक्टर का डिविडेंड है, और फाइनली सरकार ये भी बोलने को तैयार हो गई कि वी आर लुकिंग एट स्ट्रेटेजिक सेल इन डिसइन्वेस्टमेंट. तो मे बी ये सब करके एक पूल, you will have a pool of resources which will help you pump prime the economy and take it in the right direction.
So the budget is a blueprint for attracting foreign global investment. कि किसी तरह से 5 ट्रिलियन की तरफ इसको ले जाएं. But do you think that the way the situation is around the world, US and China, then Iran, then Brexit, then European Union, lot of crisis, कि इस environment में you think कि जो global company है they'll come and invest here?
देखिए till the data for the calendar year, Jan to April 30th shows that Indian corporates have gone overseas and raised dollar-denominated bonds. And the figure till April 30th is 9.4 billion, which has been raised by Indian corporates. Sochiye, almost $10 billion has been raised by Indian corporates in the first 4 months of the calendar year. That only tells you that there is an appetite for India.
It's an indicator.
Yes, there is an appetite for India, there is an appetite for the Indian economy, there is an appetite for this marketplace. I think the government somewhere has decided that this is the best and only alternative that is available to them, given that the savings rate has fallen off the cliff, given that other economic metrics are in a
How you see opening up the defense sector, opening up making ISRO as a
अब ये सब बातें तो पहले भी हुई हैं. डिफेंस सेक्टर की बात तो हम 5 साल से सुन रहे हैं, अभी तक कुछ मतलब टैंजिबल.
एक नई कंपनी बनाई न्यू स्पेस इंडिया लिमिटेड की ISRO जो है वो.
हाँ, बट देखिए स्पेस में तो भारत मतलब पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू के टाइम से, चाहे वो विक्रम साराभाई हो या पंडित जी खुद हो, स्पेस में तो हमने वी हैव ऑलवेज बीन लीडर्स. वी हैव मेड अ मार्क फॉर आवरसेल्व्स एंड टुडे वी आर सेंडिंग सैटेलाइट्स ऑफ अदर कंट्रीज इनटू स्पेस. तो
Sandeep, we are joined by Arun Kejriwal, he's from Kejriwal Research and Investment Service. जी केजरीवाल जी, आज का जो बजट है, what's your first reaction?
So I'm getting very attacked. So my reaction would be different for different hats that I wear. If I look at it from a market perspective, I believe as usual markets have not understood the budget. There has been a knee-jerk reaction, and they would digest the budget post this weekend and in the days to come. So if you ask me for my immediate 3-4 quick things, the fact that 2-3 sectors which were under severe pressure. One is the banking sector, whether it is PSU banks and NPAs. The second is the NBFC crisis which was going through. Have both been addressed in a very mature manner. So I believe these are big positive news, and the market will play this out as the week progresses.
What do you have to say about the rural schemes? On the rural sector.
So in the rural sector, a couple of things have been done. So let us understand that the focus is on infrastructure. Infrastructure, by and large, the bulk of the investment goes in rural and semi-urban. Urban is not as much. Of course, when you have metros coming in, they are in the urban area. But the rural roads, the development expenditure, 80,000 crores to strengthen 1.25 lakh kilometers, definitely is going to go a big way in making better transportation between the rural and urban sector. Similarly, the infrastructure spend that is being talked about, the railways, the Bharat Mala, the Sagar Mala, is going to.
But Mr. Kejriwal, seeing the present water crisis in the country, the target set by Mr. Modi, Har Ghar Jal, by 2024, how much challenging is this target?
So let me remind you, 2014, there was a slogan by Mr. Modi stating that housing for all. In 2014, nobody believed something like that could even take off. In 2019, the numbers that the Honorable Finance Minister gave us sound quite credible. And the slogan of housing for all by
1.95 crores houses.
Yes.
Have been already
so that number seems that much more doable. So while today it's only a slogan, the fact that the government is seized of the crisis that water is becoming for this country, and there is a conscious effort that would probably emerge by the time the next budget is due in February. You would have some numbers, you would have some ground reality of what is happening. We need to do something about our water, there is no doubt about it. So you have a ministry now for water, you have this slogan that has come from the center. So I believe things will happen. I am not saying it's going to happen tomorrow morning, but at least there is an awareness, there is a beginning, there has been a slogan that has been given, and there would be work in progress when we talk about this same time in February 2020.
Mr. Kejriwal, we are running short of time. Just last question. What are the 5 top picks from Budget 2019 according to you?
So I would like to buy a housing finance company, and I would like to buy the PSU bank. So these would be my top picks.
Thank you so much.
You could pick and choose what you like.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kejriwal, for joining us.
The point that he made about NBFCs. Now this is a sector which is in a deep crisis. Housing finance companies, again, sector in a deep crisis. At least directionally, we have taken a view on these issues, and we have included this in the budget, which was an imperative and which is the right thing to do. Now, housing finance companies go back under the supervision of the Reserve Bank of India, because obviously the National Housing Bank has failed in its job. Similarly, all that has been done for the NBFC sector will actually not just hopefully ring fence the sector against any fresh contagion, but hopefully liquidity will also improve, and you will see that over the next few days, as people understand the budget, as Arun rightly said, with that understanding, things will change, the perspective in the market will change.
For the past few days, you were talking about in the editorial meeting about the blue economy. Now, in her opening statement, the second point mentioned by Nirmala Sitharaman is blue economy. ये blue economy क्या है मतलब?
देखिए, भारत के पास क्या नहीं है, but हम उसके are we actually optimally utilizing those things? Now, blue obviously reflects water. Now we have fisheries, we have dairy products as cows. I mean, क्या नहीं कर सकते हम इस देश में? And I think right at the beginning, she has spoken about the blue economy. She has spoken about fisheries. I think there's some big plan on fisheries, मत्स्य.
आपको लगता है कि वो जो कोस्ट लाइन है उधर भी?
तो आपके पास एक तो बहुत ही बड़ी कोस्ट लाइन है बोथ साइड्स पे, बिकॉज यूर अ पेनिनसुला, और उसके ऊपर आपके पास देश में इतनी सारी रिवर्स हैं जिनको आप एक्सटेंसिवली यूज कर सकते हैं और ब्लू इकोनॉमी को आप लेवरेज कर सकते हैं. तो इसमें कई जगह बहुत ही सोच और समझ के साथ डिसीजंस लिए गए हैं, और वो सारे डिसीजंस आज की जो इकोनॉमी की चैलेंजेस है दे रिफ्लेक्ट those challenges and how to surmount those challenges.
I mean, he has opened the gates for FDI investment in media and education.
Again, it comes back to the same thing that we remain capital deficit, and all avenues to ramp up foreign capital are being looked at. So whether it is single brand retail and local sourcing norms, whether it is a few sectors where there is still, people have a revulsion for foreign capital, because there is a handful of people which is controlling it. So this time you see aviation, media, and several other sectors which have been mentioned outright that we are looking at increasing.
But there is a capping of, I think, 26%.
At the moment there is 26%. Now, will you go up to 49? Will you allow it to go up to 74? Or will you allow 100% on an automatic route? We don't know. But there is obviously, again, thinking that money may come into these sectors, and let's look at whatever capital can come in. Startup is another area where there is a focus. I mean, there are several areas in this budget document where they have focused, and I think rightly we see that they have understood that there are issues, problems, and afflictions which are not only imperiling the economy, but they're imperiling the system, as it were. To address those, they have taken certain decisions, and I think they are wise decisions.
एक चीज़ और जो जिसमें यूथ में बहुत चर्चा है, that is जो मोदी जी ने कहा है कि स्टडी इन इंडिया एक नया प्रोजेक्ट शुरू हो रहा है, एंड ही इज फोकसिंग कि जो टॉप 200 वर्ल्ड रैंकिंग इंस्टीट्यूट्स हैं कि उसमें इंडिया पिच इन करेगा. हाउ यू सी इट?
अब देखिए, 2 days ago we did a story, if you remember, that India does not have a single institution in the top 100.
Yeah.
And I think the University Grants Commission and other such bodies said that we should have Indians on the board of bodies which review these things. Otherwise, how is it that they will get to know? How is it that no IIT or Punjab University or Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore and so many other prestigious institutions that exist in this country and which throw up a huge gene pool of talent which is managing global corporations?
If the government is pitching for study in India, so do you feel that like IITs and IIMs, there could be new destinations for?
Well, I would hope so, but as you know, each institution costs a lot of money, and at the moment, I think public spending will be diverted towards the social sector. It will try and look at the situation in agrarian India and try and address all the problems that exist in rural India. So, I think the proof of concept will now be seen from here on, because we are in July, there is a balance of 6 months and then just 1 month till Feb 1st when the new budget will be announced. So in these 7 months, the proof of concept will be visible only when rollouts and implementation start taking place.
For so many years, I mean, for decades, we've been watching and covering and dissecting the budgets. ये जो budget है, आज निर्मला सीतारमण ने दी, इसमें अगर 3-4 चीजें आपको बहुत प्रभावित करती हैं, इंप्रेस करती हैं, वो क्या?
वो ये होंगी कि I think a direct address to issues that are causing pain. So there are certain pain points in the economy at this very moment. Let us deal with those issues. NBFC crisis, housing finance companies crisis, a dearth of capital. How do we address these issues? So for each thing, they have addressed the issue. How do we, if job creation is an issue, let us look at an alternative, which is startups. If angel tax is proving to be prohibitive and is impacting the ease of business, let us look at whatever can be done to resolve that issue. So I think in many cases in the budget document, there are algos, as it were, which are trying to resolve problems. Now, from here on, again, like I said, proof of concept. You now need to see whether those algos which have been introduced into the system through this budget will take care of these problems. So the immediacy to deal with the NBFC crisis, because the NBFC contagion has now become a pandemic. It is impacting mutual funds, it is impacting corporates, it is impacting public sector banks, it is impacting everybody. Basically, the financial system is being impaired. So let us see how this, what the government has advocated, let us see how this deals with that issue. Similarly, a dearth of capital. Let's see how quickly the government gets to go and take money from overseas markets through this mechanism of sovereign dollar denominated.
One final question. ये जो बजट है, ये आपको क्या लगता है कि हम कह सकते हैं कि it's the roadmap of Modi 2.0 for the next 5 years?
Well, I would think so, because if you see his journey since 2014 to 2019, as a right-wing leader, he took a deep left turn, whereas where he has been following a welfare economics model. Now, let us understand that this welfare economics model has paid in spades, because against 284 seats, he has got 303 seats, and only because he has attacked the bottom of the pyramid. The people living at the bottom of the pyramid, the people who are living at the margins, he has tried to improve their life through a wide variety of mechanisms, which obviously seem to have worked.
Do this plus 300 seats, they'll also play a role in attracting those companies?
No, I would think more than that, the burden of expectation on him personally, because his persona is now larger than life. He straddles the political spectrum like a colossus. He has completely demolished the dynasty, and he has taken a kind of role which I don't see anybody other than Mrs. Gandhi having essayed many years ago. at the moment it appears as if there is a single party system that we have in this country, because the opposition is pretty much defunct. It has been dismantled and whitewashed in the election. So the burden of expectation, even during the election campaign, we used to discuss that people on the ground are saying, हाँ दिक्कत है, but Modi ji हैं तो हम आश्वस्त हैं. That reflected in the ballot. Now it is time to pay those people back with a wide variety of measures, and I hope to see some of these measures being rolled out effectively so that greater succor is provided to the people who live in the margins.
एक चीज़ और अगर कहेंगे, जैसे महिलाएं हैं, नारी टू नारायण,
बिल्कुल,
और किसानों के लिए भी बहुत से प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं इसमें, और गरीब लोगों के लिए हाउसिंग के बहुत से प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं, बट सुपर रिच को टैक्स कर दिया, तो क्या ये मोदी वे ऑफ पॉलिटिक्स है?
तो वो तो क्लियर मैसेज है,
सो मोदीज बजट.
हाँ, बिकॉज देयर इज अ क्लियर मैसेज एंड एन अंडरलाइंग क्रेडो दैट I will continue to look at people at the bottom of the pyramid. I am not concerned with the people who are making money. So that is a very clear message. Now the people who are super rich, and there are a lot of super rich people in this country, mind you, we believe that we are a poor country, but that is not really the case.
Yeah.
So he is taxing them at 42.7, which is prohibitive. Even in the United States, the super rich are not taxed at this level. So it's a clear message.
Half of the money going to the...
Absolutely, it is a clear message that even if it is not taking from them and giving to the poor, at one level, while it seems to be that, at another level, it is a message that I am with the people who are living at the margins and not with the people. And that jibe of Soot Boot Ki Sarkar has actually changed his mental makeup and mindset. And it happened very quickly, very early on in his first term as Prime Minister. And since then, if you see, he has clearly moved away from right-wing economics and gone completely towards welfare economics.
So do you think, despite a bad scenario in economy right now, you think this budget is a propeller for a good economy, better days?
See, let's understand, India consumes 62% of its own budget. We are not a tiger economy, we are not an export-led economy, we are a consumption economy. If we can revive consumption, at the core of everything in this country is revival of consumption. If we can revive consumption, and that will happen automatically, it may take 6 months more. The moment we revive consumption, these wheels will start moving. Unfortunately, if you look at major economic metrics, they're all down at the moment. But it won't take long for a revival to take place. I just hope this budget acts as a catalyst and अच्छे दिन
जी
आएंगे जल्दी.
थैंक यू सो मच संदीप फॉर योर वैल्यूएबल इनपुट्स. तो बजट 2019 आज दिन भर हम उसको डाइसेक्ट करते रहे आपके लिए. फिर किसी बड़े विषय के साथ फिर एक बार स्पेशल वेबकास्ट में हाजिर होंगे. तब तक के लिए बिग नमस्कार.